Good afternoon. Welcome to jimmunley's World of Weather. Clicked on to the long-range weather forecast discussion for December 22nd through January 5th. For the 22nd to the 26th, this is what we're forecasting here. We have a ridge builds across the west, troughing here in the east. The air mass will gradually modify here, but we'll go through a couple of systems in the meantime as this trough builds towards the northwest coast. Now, several pieces of Pacific energy will move through, and the first one pushed through tomorrow night. You can see here over the east, and there's still some questions on how these two pieces of energy interact or how much they'll affect each other. We have one here off the Carolina coast, and here. And we go to 7 p.m. on Friday, and we can see we have some snow occurring across the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast. This is the GFS solution. It goes into Saturday, and we can continue into Saturday morning. Then we look at the European. A little bit of snow here, not a whole lot. Most of the activity remains offshore. And then we look at the European. Keeps a lot of it offshore except for maybe Long Island. And then the European IF keeps it all basically offshore. So big good possibility that much of Friday will be dry. And we go through the period. Then we have this cold high pressure system moving in, and that slowly moderates. And we'll look at further into this forecast period, and we'll go to like 23rd. Then we go to the 24th. Then we see here we have also on the 24th later, 7 p.m. on Christmas Eve. Christmas Day, this is the GFS. There's talk about possibility of some snow across the Mid-Atlantic and the Northeast, but that doesn't show much at all according to GFS. We look at the European, and that doesn't show very much either because it's low offshore. There could be still a system here, but a lot can change between now and then. And we'll look at the European ensembles. Still a low further offshore. The European IAA doesn't have anything really. So there's talk about that. We'll be keeping a close eye. It'll still be an active period as we go ahead. As these energies, these Pacific energies move in, it'll push the trough eastward, and this will lead to a warming trend later on in the period. Okay, we're going to look at the period for December 27th to the 31st. So you can see here we have this trough that moves into the northwest, above normal heights zone of flow. Basically, models showing that. So for this forecast period, I am calling for above normal temperatures for the entire country, and I'm calling for anomalies to be near 12 degrees or more above normal, mainly in the red. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here and here. Probability of occurrence is near 40%, mainly in the west. And below normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence is 35%. We're going to look at the period for January 1st to the 5th. And generally we have is a trough here moving into the west, ridging here across Canada into the east coast. Most of the models showing that. So for this forecast period, I am calling for above normal temperatures for much of this area here. And anomalies could be high as 15 degrees above normal, mainly in this red area here. And for precipitation, calling for above normal precipitation here and here. Probability of occurrence is near 40%, mainly across the northwest. Below normal precipitation here, probability of occurrence is 35%. That's the long range. Oh, another thing, the drought index, the update in the drought has come in, and we look at that right here. We can still see, As you can see here, we have still, we're starting in the Northeast. Some dry conditions here, mainly across New Jersey. It's going to take a while to get out of this. Every bit of rain is just as good as anything because we need it. Still dry conditions up further to the north, although locally we're above normal, but the reservoirs have to fill up, so it's mostly impacting water supply. Other areas, we still have some extreme drought, parts of the Rockies, parts of the Southwest. It looks like it's been improving here across the area, so that's good news here. So that's the long range weather forecast discussion for December 22nd through January 5th. Thanks for coming to Jim Munley's World of Weather, and have a good day.